So the left is going out there once again proving what complete and total morons they are. Maybe you've heard this. President Trump is racist because he's calling it the Chinese flu or the Chinese virus, or calling it the Wuhan virus is racist. All right. Now, let me give you some advice to you leftists. You sound like complete morons when you inaccurately apply words whose definitions does not apply to the situation at hand. When you inaccurately apply the term racist to something that has nothing to do with race, you sound like a complete and total moron, like you're searching for a distraction. And because you are being such an idiot, it undermines any other argument that you have or anything else that you're trying to argue. So let me explain this to you. China is not a race. China is a geographical location made up of multiple races. Now, when you go off and you're trying to claim it racist, you might be thinking of the race Asian, right? That would be a race, but no one's calling it the Asian flu, right? We're not defining it by a race. We're defining it by a location. Sorry. I don't do any editing, so you get the mistakes as well. So it's a location. Asians that do populate China also populate Japan, North Korea, and South Korea. I mean, this is like when you go off and you try to claim that, if someone is out there saying something bad about Islam and Muslims, you're calling them racist, when Muslims are not a race, they're a religion. See, you got to appropriately match the words that you are trying to use to demonize your political opponents with the appropriate definition of those words. Now, you've made up words like Islamophobia in order to try and more accurately create a word with a definition to try and demonize your opponent with. So instead of trying to go out there, as I give advice to you here, instead of trying to go out there and sound like a bunch of idiots for saying it's racist to point out a geographical location of where the virus actually, emanates from, why don't you go out there and do what you do best? Make up a whole new word. Since you like phobias and is words a lot, you can call it Chinophobia or Chinphobia, right? Or Kungphobia or Kungphobia, something of the sort. I'll let you go ahead, or Chinaist, right? You can go ahead and you can try and create a whole new word and make up a definition for that word in order to try and, distract the country and distract the world from the real issues at hand. But the fact that you're trying to distract us by inappropriately applying words such as racist, to pointing out a geographical location, it makes you sound like damn fools. Of course, we're used to that. You sound like a bunch of idiots and fools most of the time anyways. So why should this time be any different? But if you are wanting to go through and wonder why people never take you seriously, take a look at everything that's going around. Take a look at the fear, the hysteria. Take a look at the number of infections. Take a look at, places that are being hit hard with high death rates, throughout the world. In some places, maybe not so high death rates. Either way, take a look at all of that. And what are you focused on? You're focusing on trying to redefine the word racist as not having a particular bias against someone because of their race, but because of their geographical location. Redefining words is not what you should be focused on. And when you do this, you sound so insincere. It basically allows us to dismiss anything you have to say about any issue whatsoever because you're disingenuous morons, right? There's no other way to say this. So here's some advice. Try to think of how you want to define, a demonized word to attack your political opponents. Then grab a dictionary. Read the definition of every word in there until you find something that actually applies towards your goal. Until you find a word and whose definition would actually apply to the situation and then go out and use that to demonize everybody. Because right now, you sound like a bigger damn fool than you normally do.